I got to run, guys. I got to cook dinner for my family here.
Is there anybody there?
What's up, Data Crew, and welcome to another episode of the Data Chronicles. Listen, this is part 3 of our conversation with Val, Patrick, Eric, Donnie, Paul, and I. Okay, a year-end review of Major League Baseball, baseball overall. We had a blast. Okay, but not only is this part 3, this is going to be the last episode of 2024. That's right. We're going to be taking a winter break, and then we'll be back into the new year. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. We're coming back, baby. But wanted to give you guys this last episode because this was a lot of fun. I had an absolute blast. Don't let go of those tinfoil hats, guys. It is still needed on this episode, okay? But I want to thank you guys for being with me throughout this this trajectory of 2024. The addition of a co-host and Val, you have been awesome. Thank you so much for joining the Data Chronicles podcast. You've been an amazing friend, amazing co-host. So more to come of in 2025. Yeah. So guys, without further ado, I'll give you the episode.
For MLB, don't you think they would have not waited 15 years to get the Yankees into the World Series? I mean, that goes against everything for them to sit back for 15 years. We're just not going to worry about correcting this. And then all of a sudden we're going to do it this year.
The problem is that Major League cheated so much. And then the Yankees were like, we're going to hire Boone because he's going to be along.
I just feel like it didn't dawn on them until it made sense for them. Like, there's no way that the Dodgers were going to get Ohtani. And it was like,
yes, they did. Yes,
okay,
they did.
No. There's no way that the Dodgers weren't going to get Ohtani, and MLB was going to be like, all right, it can't be like a Dodgers. No offense to Marlins fans, Marlins World Series. Like, it can't be
they
that.
Couldn't have a World Series.
I'm sorry. Let me. Guardians. Sorry, Ed.
What the fuck? What I do to you?
It can't be like a. I don't know what I was thinking. Dodgers, Guardians, Blue Jays, Royals. A's type, you know what I'm saying? Like
you really are hating on the A's a lot here. You might want to calm down.
now they've got to make it fun. So I just feel like it was all about timing for them. And what a coincidence that this was the World Series that they got right after last year's World Series. And I feel like the Astros are great money makers for them too, because I feel like it's just so controversial. It's so perfect. Everyone's going to tune in and either hate watch the Astros or root for the Astros. And so I don't know. You know what, guys? I'm crazy, but
all I can say is there's got to be a money trail of how much they paid Class A to blow 3 games, because otherwise the Guardians were going to be in the World Series. So I mean, again,
I agree 100%
to things like that, because there's
all
no
of a
way
sudden,
they controlled him going out there. And
the movement on your curveball and you split everything
eggs.
is gone. All of a sudden. That kind of make me mad, but I digress. I
just think I think that Major League Baseball got what they would always hope would happen. I think Major League Baseball and all the sports hope for those kind of matchups. I mean, look at college football. College football wants Notre Dame to be in everything all the time, and Notre Dame sucks. So
coming from you guys who just got blown out by Louisville, who we smashed at home, so I don't want to hear it.
I'm talking in general terms, year to year.
Clemson.
Yeah, but college football is an actual popularity contest determined by rankings rather than
that is 100% true.
But I think baseball got what they hope to get most of the time, which is the national exposure. But I think that also goes back to what Paul said. Is they want the big market teams to get the national exposure because they don't uplift the smaller market teams like they should.
All I'm saying is they would have never in a trillion years would have ever allowed another Rangers Diamondbacks World Series. That's all I'm saying.
No, here's the thing. I think they wanted, at the very least, they wanted one of the blue bloods in the World Series. Like, they would have been happy if it would have been the Dodgers. They would have been happy if it was just the Yankees. They wanted one of those teams. They wanted. I'm saying
they got it. They got it times 2.
They did.
It's one thing in my mind to say this is what Major League Baseball wanted. Clearly,
I'm saying
big
wanted.
markets.
Yeah, 100%.
To say to say that like Rob Manfred was actually in there telling the umpires how to call the game and risk, being imprisoned for life because of all the laws he's violating by doing that. That's where we bust out.
Rob Manfred's a moron, first of all.
You don't think that?
I do not think that.
No, I don't think so either.
I think that the legal risk of doing something like that and being discovered is not worth it for baseball's ratings.
Maybe it's because I live in Vegas, but I've learned that money really talks. So I'll just leave it at that.
Well, I will say that, I think based on any metric that you look at, this World Series would be considered a huge success, right? Certainly from a viewership perspective, from a money-making perspective, and obviously I think Manfred is going to be very pleased with having a huge market like Paul, you and Donnie were saying about having a market like LA there and having a market like New York, having arguably the two largest media markets in the country, certainly from a baseball perspective. And then the international viewership that comes with an Ohtani and the digital engagements that you can get out of it, all that creates money, right? So I'm not sitting here thinking it was fixed either, but certainly he's going to be very pleased with the outcome of that, because like I said, based on any metric that you look at, this World Series was a huge success.
When you have your sport's two biggest stars against each other, that's what you want.
What I'll say,
that powers everything from the money, from the advertising, from the corporate,
What I'll say is what really pissed me off was the fact that they gave the Yankees every single primetime spot. Yeah. That's the one thing that I'm mad about. And the Dodgers.
I get that too. I feel guilty as a fan. I'm like, golly, why do we keep getting the 8 p.m. games?
You know what I'm saying? Like the Cleveland-Detroit series, that was one of the best series in the playoffs. That was a good series, right? And then to have that in an afternoon where the viewership did not get to enjoy those games, it's sad. They should have done, like, hey, all right, we're going to alternate it for you guys and everything, and it didn't happen. And that's the one thing I'll say that Major League Baseball had a hand in it.
Well, it's just like some of the Mets-Dodgers games, in West Coast. Yeah, they're what, 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon starting a game out there for a 5 o'clock East Coast time slot. That kind of stinks for those guys because they were dealing with shadows and sun and all that. And it's crazy. It does kind of suck. Even as a Yankees fan, I think it sucks that they give them the 8 o'clock time slot every time.
Yeah,
we should have had to play some day games as well.
Oh, I agree. Should have, could have, would have.
Yeah. I'll just say this. I'll end on this note.
This is the fifth thing that Val will just say. And now I'm done. And now I'm really done.
It should have been the Rangers and the Yankees, Dodgers. I still want to collab on a foodie video one day.
All I can say, Val, is I don't know why you're not wearing your Las Vegas 51s gear during the entire time you're going through with this. Because this is like total alien conspiracy theory. You should be dressed in the 51 stuff. The whole time. So when you started, you should have slipped on that 51s hat.
This episode is so good.
Wait, but you don't think so? I've gotten nowhere with any of y'all. Like
no.
No.
I agree. It's what maybe Baseball wanted.
Maybe Eric,
but they are not. Yeah, they're not pulling strings.
But
the Phillies didn't lose to the Mets because baseball wanted the bigger market. The Phillies lost to the Mets because they couldn't hit a friggin' curveball.
Yeah, the Phillies were going to lose to the Mets anyway because the Phillies winning would have equaled no Dodgers in the World Series.
Not against the Mets.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Either one of those teams actually were supposed to lose at the end of the day because it was supposed to be the Dodgers.
I love your conspiracy theories. These are so good.
I think.
This is so good. Eric, tell me what you think, because I think you're kind of in line with Val here.
That's why the Dodgers I'm kicking myself for not putting money on them to have won it all because they were plus money so many times this season. It was just like free money because it was going to happen. It was supposed to happen. It's like
well, why didn't it happen last year then?
Because Ohtani wasn't on the team.
I see. This is like humans can't cause climate change, but also the government's controlling the hurricanes.
Bro, That was alive and well down here in North Carolina. They really did push that one. So
if Ohtani's the reason the Dodgers got there, why were the Angels never there?
Because the Dodgers are like the love child of MLB for like it, okay, I'll list you who they love. And I was shocked that the Astros were bounced as early as they were. But I feel like they're money-making teams, thus for the teams, and I don't think they care who it is, as long as one of these teams makes it far enough to continue to make them money. Dodgers, Yankees, Astros. Dodgers, Yankees, Astros. Yeah. I just feel
what
like...
about the Mets?
Nah, not yet.
No? Okay.
No. I mean, maybe the Phillies.
Oh.
Maybe the Phillies. I mean, I feel like for sure East Coast teams. I don't really know about the Mets. I don't really feel it as much with the Mets because they already have their New York team. So,
Eric, talk to me.
Guys, I'm going to write a book, and I hope you all buy it one day.
Okay, so Eric, I'll give you this. There were some bad calls against the Royals because you and I talked about them when they happened, and I grant you that they did go against the Royals. But straighten this out.
I mean, what am I supposed to say after all that she just said?
Because you agree? Like, there's nothing left to say. Like, mic drop.
All I'm saying, if I see Val next week with a tinfoil hat, I'm gonna lose my mind.
So when Val writes her book, Eric's gonna write the foreword.
That's right.
I need a tinfoil hat with a curved brim. Who can make that?
Nice.
Donnie can. He knows a guy.
Yep.
I honestly don't remember who. I think it was maybe somebody at my work said it. They said, you have those two teams. You have the Yankees, Dodgers in the World Series, but they left so much money out there because it finished in 5. If they didn't go to game 6 or 7, they could have made so much more money. And it could have easily been a 4-game sweep, but they wanted to have the Yankees blow a 5-run lead and show how terrible defensively they are, giving them a 1 game.
They got exposed. You know what? Listen, let's be honest. If take away that 5th inning, they were actually Cole was actually playing really good. And I told Donnie, you remember this conversation that you and me had? It's like, Cole, I don't know for the life of me why would he was throwing 99, 100 to Ohtani, because Ohtani was not hitting anything.
No, he was chasing so much because I think we talked about his injury, but he was chasing so much down and out.
Yeah.
But was that
guys? It's
Donnie,
clearly because
below the Mendoza line.
The Garrett Cole marionette operator in the studio in New York lost his signal for a moment, and the Garrett Cole robot stopped running to first base.
Okay, exactly. Close. I was shocked that the Yankees choked that hard because it was supposed to go to a game 6. Now, I don't know who would have won game 7. I'm pretty sure it would have been the Dodgers, because did you guys see how many people in Tokyo were watching this game? And how, oh my gosh, you guys remember when we were still in the what series was it? Champion League Series, yes. They showed that commercial with just the Yankees and the Dodgers, that playoff commercial.
This is going to be the highest rated podcast episode for the Dad Hat Chronicles podcast. Just want to put that out there.
You guys remember? Please say yes. Yes. You guys remember? 4 teams were still in it, yet there was a playoff commercial with just highlighting Ohtani and Judge. Why was that?
They never included Cleveland in any of the commercials. What are you talking about?
Because of Ohtani and Judge. They were just, again, promoting the biggest players in the biggest
names. I think that here's the thing, though. Okay, and listen, I'm not trying to defend.
I don't think somebody put a promo out early that was already done.
Right. Here's the thing. I think the Major League Baseball, very stupidly and very dumb, like they are trying to promote the players right now. They started kind of promoting the players, but they're doing a really bad job, right? And I think this is where, like, it was very blatantly obvious. It's like it didn't come out right. Like, which I get. I understand what they're trying to do. It's like, hey, we're trying to. You guys have been asking for us to promote the big names. Here are the big names. The problem is you left big names out of other teams.
Right. Like, where was the love for J-Ram? Where?
He's been playing outstanding all year. Not a word on him. The only person that said something to his credit was Boone.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all, you guys are keep underestimating this guy, and this guy is just killing the ball. They did not underestimate J-Ram all years.
Well, the reason J-Ram didn't make it into any advertisements is because they talked to fans like Eric Prophet.
He hates J-Ram. He does.
Yeah, I can't stand that dude. Second behind Harper.
Oh God.
See, that's the thing. The league has. I mean, the league's got Bobby Witt Jr. They've got Harper. They've got Ramirez and Class A. They got other guys at Cleveland. They've got all these other players. They just don't push them. I mean, the Padres have got like half a dozen guys that should be totally promoted. I mean, it's crazy.
And that's the problem. They should really talk to the NFL about this.
Yeah.
Right. And that they wouldn't, and like the Super Bowl, for instance, is one game on a Sunday in February, and it's an event. It's a national event, regardless of who's playing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The World Series, a 7-game series, is just not going to be that, right? It could end on a Wednesday night in Game 5 because of one bad inning, or it could end on a Friday on Game 7. So it's like they don't have the ability to make the World Series an event the way the NFL does with the Super Bowl. But they also don't have. It's not a national enough game that you can take a team like Milwaukee and make it as popular as, say, Green Bay is in the NFL. And it's just like, I don't know how you solve that problem if you're Major League Baseball, right?
Because their marketing dollars goes towards the only two guys that play baseball.
You gotta admit it though. Ohtani is if I'm Major League Commissioner, I would be marketing the hell out of Ohtani right about now.
Already, still?
Oh my God, yeah. Why not? He has the market in the U.S. He has the market in Japan. Listen, he is bringing so much money to Major League Baseball right now. I would be marketing the hell out of him.
Guys, I don't know if I've mentioned this previously, but I spent a little bit of time in Japan. This past.
Please tell me.
When was that?
You don't say.
I didn't remember that.
Wow.
And for real though, like you go in the subway in Tokyo, and it's like Shohei Ohtani wallpaper. I mean, it was just everywhere. The other cool thing was though that they actually had a lot of promotional stuff for the other Japanese players, and it was very cool. I mean, like to see what happened. It was the most viewers ever for a Major League Baseball game in Japan when Yu Darvish and Yamamoto were pitching against each other in the playoffs. Like that is super cool, right? Like that was a pretty wild thing. So yeah, like baseball becoming more international, which is something they are very intentionally doing. Is this the Generals we got here?
Man, I like that hat,
Patrick. Val, I've been meaning to ask because I'm trying to make it out. Are you wearing the Pimentos right now?
She sure is.
It's pretty great.
Cheese.
That's the green jacket.
Val's mad at me because I called her cuckoo bananas. I don't think you're cuckoo.
Pimento cheese is still
that
good.
nobody else thinks this way. But you know what?
It's okay.
Like, women are always like steps ahead. Women
are Jesus, you just insulted.
Come on now.
Wait, that's not what I meant.
It's not what I meant.
Here we go.
I didn't mean to wear a Las Vegas hat on an interview with an A's guy. I just meant
who's about to lose the team to Las Vegas.
Whoops.
I just was saying that Oakland can fall into the ocean for all I can say. That's all I care. That's all. I'm excited to have your baseball team here.
Oh, this is so good. I love this. I love you guys.
And think of it this way too, though, to Paul's point about the markets. How many people in Seattle gave a crap about the World Series because it's the Dodgers and Yankees? How many people in Miami even probably watched it? I mean, that's the thing. Like he's comparing it to the Super Bowl. The teams, people in the cities with smaller market teams or didn't make the playoffs, they're pretty much done with baseball. They could care less, especially because it's the Yankees and the Dodgers.
But that's the thing is, I think that it had to be a team that you're either going to watch because you love them, or watch because you're going to hate watch. And I hate the word hate, but it's
I hate watched. I hate watched.
Right. Yeah.
No offense, Donnie. I love you, buddy.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did too. And but I still want to work with them, like collab.
But then But then again, we're more diehard than the average fan. I mean, the
Correct.
average people could care less about. There's so many people that had no idea. A lot of people would know who's in the Super Bowl, would have no idea who's playing the World Series. It's just because it's so regional, even with these bigger market teams.
But here's the thing, though. To your point, Donnie, I got a lot of people telling me, like, oh my God, did you know that like the Dodgers and the Yankees, and these are like, just fair weather fans. Like they're just like fans of the sport. They could care less. Unlike us, that we will watch 162 games of a season. These guys will watch maybe 10 games because they're at a friend's house or something like that. And they're like, they were invested in the World Series because it was two of the biggest names in baseball.
But I would also say that beyond teams, a lot of casual fans, particularly like a lot of kids growing up now, are player centric and not team centric, right?
Yes.
So the likes of so they're going to worry more about, they're going to root for whatever team Ohtani plays for, or they're going to root for whatever team Judge plays for. So they're not really married to a team. That they're going to jump to where the superstars are, or the ones that they connect with on social media, or who have a presence online.
I also, to your point, yes, because Donnie asked, well, then why didn't the Angels if they had Ohtani? I also think, though, they can't make it too obvious. I mean, it's the Angels. Like, one guy isn't going to do it all on his own.
But that's a Los Angeles team. Why wouldn't they want to go after that market?
But it's not the Dodgers, just like the Mets aren't the Yankees.
Excuse me. It is not just the Los Angeles teams. There's the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Okay. Let's say the full name here.
See, they've got all the fans in Anaheim and Los Angeles.
Let's be honest. If MLB is going to choose one team to pick in Texas, it's not going to be the Rangers, and I've accepted that. So,
I'd pick the Rangers.
Yay! You guys would too, right?
Sacramento A's of Vegas.
I would pick the Las Vegas Athletics.
Well, that was a really good rant, and I feel so much better.
I feel like you had this pent up like emotions, like just like holding on.
You know what? I think a lot of it came from the fact that I knew it was rigged, and I just feel so guilty that as a fan, I was just like, wow, like I thought last year's World Series was the best World Series ever. Now here they are, like trying to.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. You thought it was the best World Series because you're a fan of the Rangers.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, you're my friend.
Don't be honest.
The best World Series ever was 1991 Twins and Braves. And neither one of them is my team. But that was
a phenomenal World Series.
That probably was one of the best ones.
97 World Series where, like my team lost, and it was a great series, and it went all the way to the end. Game 7.
Wasn't that Renteria?
Yeah. Great counsel.
Sorry.
My parents have told me to go talk to someone, so I really hope they don't listen to this episode.
Yeah, I had no idea that Val was a World Series denier. This is
2016 was a great World Series.
So what you're saying is I should just like despise Major League Baseball as a Yankees fan, because I've been a Yankees fan since I was 10 years old.
Eric agrees.
So for 46 years, I've been a Yankees fan. They have not been in the World Series 30 of those 46 years. 2 15-year stretches.
Again.
I mean, exactly.
Again, Donnie.
I went through an entire career of Don Mattingly playing non-World Series baseball.
They can't make it too often.
The man was robbed.
So they went 15 years, and then they gave the core 4 their window, and then they went another 15 years because they didn't want to make it obvious again.
By the way, how happy does Don Mattingly look right now?
Exactly, because like if you guys suck, well, they're not going to be like, here, just still send them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
They drove Don Mattingly to join the Blue Jays.
I know, right?
Show me Aaron Judge's birth certificate.
Speaking of that, did you guys see the story about a Dominican kid who was
who was 19 instead of 14?
Yeah, he lost out on millions of dollars.
Yeah, just for being 19.
Was it like the Julio Franco effect?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of this is the problem with that Major League Baseball has, right? Another one is that they're putting so much stock into the international pool, right? They don't have an international draft, which they should, right? And now they have these players in the Dominican making lots of money and falsifying their birth certificates in order to get all that money. So,
Yeah,
that's just
his
another
agent
podcast.
was Danny Almonte.
Hasn't he?
Wow, that's a throwback.
That is a throwback.
Jeez.
So I like, guys, this has been a really good conversation. I really enjoyed this episode so
Not
much.
really.
Are
Not
you
really,
gonna,
Val's mad.
are you about to ask me if pineapple belongs on pizza?
Yes.
No, we're not doing any other questions
No.
because there's too
Famous,
many.
not so famous questions.
There's
Pineapple
too
Ball
many
is
of you to do this.
Yeah.
How much was Aaron Judge paid to drop that fly ball?
I was just gonna say, I was like, all right, here we go. You know, how high was Garrett Cole that he couldn't run?
He
Was he
probably
high
hurt.
or was he drunk?
He was
That's what
probably
I want
hurt.
to know.
Yes.
He just
I
misjudged
like
it.
Eric's answer.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. By the way, can this really be an episode of the Dad Hat Chronicles if there's no famous, not so famous questions?
We've had it before when there
Yeah.
has been no episodes.
Yeah, when Paul and I talked about Vegas, we didn't have those questions.
Yeah, I was mad about that. I like those questions.
I know this is a baseball podcast, but Patrick Mahomes just got hurt.
I know.
Uh-oh.
I'm watching it right now live.
Carson Wentz, here he comes.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Carson
baby.
Wentz is still alive.
Yes, he is.
I'm going to
So,
Kansas
Val,
City tomorrow for
what's your
work, so I'll check on
conspiracy on the-
Mahomes while I'm up there.
What's your
Carson Wentz
conspiracy
is a
theory on the
porcelain
NFL?
doll. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. What's the conspiracy theory for you in the NFL, Val?
For what?
What's the conspiracy theory?
Oh
for
my
you?
God! Don't even get me started because it's gonna always be the Chiefs. It's gonna
But
always
why?
be.
They're a small market. They're not. They're not
They're
a
a
major.
very
city.
small
But
market.
how many people have jumped on that bandwagon? How many 14-year-old girls have tuned in just to see Taylor Swift for 2 seconds on the TV? Once they break up, he's gonna lose so many followers, and I think that's gonna be the start of their downfall.
Also, there rumor that they're going to be getting engaged soon.
No, there's not. Please God, no.
I'm just saying.
She's just mad that Bo Nix isn't with the biggest celebrity in the world
Right.
right now.
We just need to play the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. She's all,
Wait, hold on a second. The Carolina Panthers beat the Carolina Panthers. Not only beat the Saints, they
fired.
fired the Saints head coach.
NFL.
Yeah.
Tune in tomorrow to find out, even though this won't be out before
Yeah,
then. But
exactly. That's why they need to
tune in last
tune in
week
every
to listen to
Tuesday.
the NFL talk on Tuesday.
Yeah. Look it up on the YouTube channel. You'll see it.
Ed, is this going to be like a 4-parter? This is. I feel like we've been talking a
We're
while.
about an hour and a half in. This is
Nice.
so good.
This one was fun. I'm excited for next week's too.
So I'd like to ask who is everyone's favorite for
Okay.
next season?
Wait, who's
Yeah.
everyone's
Oh, I
favorite one?
thought you were about to ask on here.
On no, who's your favorite? As
Everybody
far
knows
But I
as,
was gonna say I'm out.
For sure, Patrick.
Wait, what?
who is your favorite to win the World Series next year? Honestly,
The Dodgers, because they had so much fun with it.
I would go if I were betting money on it right now. I would bet the Mets.
No.
No.
Unless they sign someone that from
Noteworthy.
yeah.
Well, you don't understand, Val. I'm actually friends with the script writers, so it's
And you are shocked. This whole conversation, like you didn't agree with me once.
I
This
didn't.
is-
I'm sorry. No, I agree with you about the NFL, but just not Major League Baseball.
Okay.
This is so fun.
I love MLB, but I was really disappointed. I mean, I'm telling you, the guilt I felt, it was like, okay, fine, then we won't ever go to the World Series ever again if this is what we have to deal with.
I think that we need to get to the heart of what is plaguing you, Val. I think your guilt over your team being in a low-rated World Series is causing you to lash out, and I think it's manifesting itself in these conspiracy
Oh.
theories, and I'm worried
Well,
for
I
you.
hope this episode gets to Rob Manfred, and I'm sure it does.
We will tag him in
Yeah.
Major League Baseball on this episode. No,
what
so-
about
okay?
Eric Patrick? What do you guys think? Seriously, I'm curious what you think. Just sitting here now, looking ahead to next year. First thought.
The Sacramento Athletics.
Oy.
Mm.
Come on.
The Kansas
on.
City Royals.
No,
There
stop.
we go. Now
Stop
let's talk.
lying.
There we go. I knew I liked that guy for a reason.
Yeah.
Glad you're on
Stop
here, Patrick.
lying. God. Listen, right now, until they get eliminated, I'm gonna go with the Dodgers.
See,
Yeah.
I think
My money's on
the Padres are going to eliminate the Dodgers next year. I think the Padres would be the favorite to me.
I really like
I
the
would
Padres.
hope anyone. You know what? I don't want to say anything because I really do want to collaborate with them one day.
You guys remember the two teams that I had, that's just like, hey man, you guys got to watch out for these two teams, Detroit Tigers and the San Diego Padres, and they both were very dangerous. Listen, I was nervous on that last game.
I think the Tigers are sneaky good for next year too.
And another team, I think it was referenced earlier in the episode, but the Phillies, I think with some of the additional investment that they might get from the owners, could be good.
Oh, it's like maybe not. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
And the Royals have some arms coming up through the system too. So I think if they could get some pitching, I mean, the Royals had a pretty good season, pretty good team this year.
Yep.
And I think if they could get some pitching,
we need bullpen arms, and then if they get, I don't know if Tyler O'Neill is going to be it, but they need a new outfielder, somebody they can hit.
Lorenzo Cain.
I had to take him.
You mentioned the Tigers. They need to get rid of Javi Baez.
Oh yeah.
Unless or someone needs to have a come to Jesus moment with that guy and say, dude, you are not a home run hitter. You're a singles and doubles. That's what I need you to do. I do not need you to swing for the fences. I need you to swing for the outfield.
And
it's Javi Baez. Do you really think that's going to happen?
No.
I feel like that's why a team like the Padres were so competitive against the Dodgers, because it was small ball versus guys just trying to get it out of the park. Guys forget about how important small ball is. I mean, it really.
Well, and think what the Padres are going to do next year with a full season of Luis Arias, or at least let's hope that Luis Arias gets to finish the season with the team.
Right.
But
here I have this to say. Yes to pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
Burrito over taco.
Yeah.
Amy Adams celebrity crush.
Oh, that's a good one.
Jenny Finch.
Oh, Jenny Finch. And I forget what the last question was.
What was her from
Celebrity Crush, Hillary Duff.
Same.
Val knows.
I was a Kathy Ireland guy.
Are you talking about Tiffany Amber Thiessen?
Yes.
Kelly Kapowski?
Oh yeah.
Or Britney Spears was my girl back in the day too.
Tiffany, still to this day, beautiful woman.
Mine was Mike Vitar.
Who?
Benny from The Sandlot.
Yeah.
Oh, Benny the Jet.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I think he's with the LA Fire Department now. So
he is a firefighter.
He is. All right. So if my car is accidentally set on fire next time I'm in LA, don't ask.
Here we go. There's not going to be any evidence, guys. Don't worry about that.
No, Rob Manfred will preconceive a way to have a fire, set, so that way, you get to meet your celebrity crush, Val.
Yay! And I get to tell him face to face how I really feel.
Guys, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. Make sure that we're following all of you people that are listening, all of you 10 that are listening to this podcast right now. Make sure that you're listening to these gentlemen and lady. You're my co-host, but guys, you guys been awesome. You guys are truly, truly, truly wonderful friends for agreeing to come on last minute and then listen to Val and her conspiracy theories. This was a lot of fun, guys.
By the way, I do want to make it clear that we love you, Val.
Yeah,
me too.
for sure.
Yeah, we couldn't do this without you. This was this episode was.
I've been wanting to get this off my chest for the longest, and as it kept going, and
we know.
So, I was just yo.
I would never say anything to you that would cause you not to invite me back to the AAA championship game. So just let it be known that I will always try to stay in your good graces because of what fun we had at the AAA All-Star game.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
All-Star championship.
And stay tuned for the spin-off podcast, the Tinfoil Hat Chronicles.
The Tinfoil Chronicles. Guys, we make sure that you guys are also Tuesday and Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern time, the Data Chronicles sports show with Patrick, Donnie, Eric, and myself. And sometimes we get Val talk about Las Vegas and betting. We will see you guys next week.
I got to run, guys. I got to cook dinner for my family here.
This podcast is part of the Curved Brim Media Network. Here are some of the other members of Curved Brim Media.
Hi, this is Kelly Robinson, the Minor League Nerd. My YouTube channel explores the history of minor league baseball teams. More than just stats, we delve into team lineage, sharing stories from current franchises to obscure one-year wonders.
I'm Paul Caputo, and on the Baseball by Design podcast, I talk to minor league baseball teams, designers, and other super interesting people about what these minor league baseball logos mean, and I talk a little bit about ice cream helmets.
What's up, Bucketheads? I'm Anna DiTomaso, and each week on the Baseball Bucket List podcast, I speak with a different fan about their favorite baseball memories, what the game means to them, and what's left to check off on their baseball bucket list.
Hey everyone, it's Eric from the great state of Kansas.
This is Johnny from the New Orleans Baby Cakes Memorial Museum.
And we are the Earn Fun Average podcast,
where we talk to a variety of guests about their love of baseball and have fun doing it.
America, lower your standards.
Average is what we do best.
This is Patrick and Corey of BaseballMapper.com, and we have made an interactive map to help highlight all baseball teams from the majors down to collegiate summer leagues.
We want to bring you closer to baseball, so get on the site and find a team near you today.
Hey guys, this is Patrick Larson from the Minor League Baseball Hat History Series, and in every episode I go through the history of minor league teams through my personal collection of hats. You can find me on Twitter at @PatLarson1. I hope you guys enjoy.
Learn more about Curved Brim Media at curvedbrimmedia.com.